Welcome to The Ones to Know. I'm Kelly, and today I'm here with Cynthia Mattiza. Thanks for being with me, Cynthia.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yay! I'm so excited. We get to talk all the things.
Okay,
Tell me about how your summer has been going.
Oh my God, this summer. I started spring a little slower than probably like what I normally do, but it just, once the summer hit, all that hard work of months and months really kind of came to fruition. So like juggling like 5 to 6 contracts all at once, where it's buyers that have been looking for a while. And anyways, I'm super grateful for it. And it's a lot of hard work that's going to come to fruition. But you have intentions of like, I'm going to be a fun mom this summer and I'm going to do this and we're going to do that. And instead I am like, fighting fires, managing all the things. Each deal comes with its complications or like, orchestrating. So it's been a lot of that so far. But I'm grateful to be busy, and I'm grateful to have business that I'm juggling. I just, when it rains, it pours.
It does.
And
that's what our business
kind
never
of been
steady.
in a little bit of a monsoon lately. So it's been great. It's just, it's a lot. Yes. Summer's been good.
And it's not like the old days where the deal comes together and we magically get to closing and everyone's happy. Like, it is hard to keep deals together
than ever. And, I will say that, with years of experience, you really know how to navigate things, but you're in uncharted territory sometimes. And it does feel harder than ever right now to keep a deal alive. I'm grateful for the relationships that I have with other brokers where we really have that common denominator of like, let's just get the deal done.
Good point.
However, you have buyers and sellers that think a little differently, and you're just trying to like reel everybody in. So it's really orchestrating and managing all the like moving parts. But I will say, when the agent on the other side is a team player, it does make things so much easier.
It does. And do you feel like the general agent population right now is being more collaborative? Because it was a time where it felt like you were almost fighting.
And it was fighting for sure. I do think that it is, because at the end of the day, sellers want to sell, buyers want to buy, and the agents are working together and collaborating. And I come from that space that like it's going to be easier for everybody if we do. B, my job is to be the peacemaker. Like, real estate can be dramatic, but my clients hired me to be the peacemaker. So just kind of really remain factual, take the emotions out of it. But it can still get emotional, and it's just managing those expectations. But to answer the question, yes, I've seen a lot more collaboration with agents. It just makes it easier.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Because our job is just to, like you said, make it a win-win for both of our clients. And in this market where it's already stressful, and we want to make sure that we are acting on behalf of our client, getting them the best deal, whether that's, the listing side, the highest price, or the buyer side, the most competitive price. We still have to make it collaborative, and we have to work together. It's so important.
And, I think too, is just setting those expectations with clients. Like, yes, everybody wants a deal. And yes, sellers, you want to net the highest amount. But it's a give and take on both sides.
For sure.
And for any deal to work in this market, it's a give and take for everybody. Even from the agents too. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah. So are you finding a particular part of the process harder than another?
It's not that it's harder. It just, no matter how overly prepared you are, there are things that still come up at the 11th hour.
Always.
And I really take pride in being overly prepared and really trying to like think 10 steps ahead. And without a doubt, something still comes up at 4:00 right before an option period. And so it's just trying to manage those expectations and trying to alleviate from happening. But at the end of the day, it still happens, and it's still just like remain calm under pressure and just like get it done.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's funny because all of the agents in the office, some are like, oh, I have so many listings right now. All I want is a buyer. And I'm thinking, are you sure? Careful what you wish for, because there's so much inventory too, right? Like, they want to see everything, or they don't want to make a decision because there could be that one that's coming up next month that will be perfect. So how are you getting through that?
It's interesting. I just had this conversation the other day about like it was kind of like, what's your take on the market right now? And I was like, the market is 100% a buyer's market right now.
Yeah.
Overall, Austin. I can't speak for every single neighborhood within Austin,
Yeah.
but overall, it's a buyer's market. And buyers, if you were like thinking about buying and you're like, when am I going to get a good deal? The answer is now. Like sellers want to transact.
Yeah.
They are like emailing their agents every week. Why don't we have showings? What's going on? So sellers really do want to transact. And they are willing to work with buyers in terms of concessions, in terms of an amount off the price. And so, what I've been telling people that are like, when is the right time to buy? I'm like, now.
Yeah.
Now. Do you see all these houses in this one neighborhood? These are options for you. Whereas like I come from the space that have been in the industry a while. Like I remember when it was like we were like knocking on doors to find something.
Exactly.
That those sellers all want to sell, and they all want to sell to a buyer. So be that one. Bring them an offer. They will work with you.
It's so true. And I keep hearing a lot of people say like there's good price points and good condition, like really good homes that are in neighborhoods that we could not find a couple years ago. And now you don't have to compete. And there's just, the sellers will have conversations. But one thing I'm noticing is that the sellers are not reducing their prices on the market though. So they're willing to have that conversation, but they want the buyers to bring it. And that's the disconnect.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it weekly when I look at like the hot sheet.
Yeah.
And then I see listings that I've shown and I'm like, they haven't dropped the price. They've been on the market 61 days without a single price drop. And so you're absolutely right. We're seeing it all.
Yeah.
But I think the conversation for sellers is that, if you're not doing a price drop, you need to come up with other ways to get buyers in the door.
Yeah, because you have to show the buyer online, because that's how they're looking at it, that there is a motivation there. And when you are holding steady with your price and sellers think, well, if they're interested, they'll bring an offer. True. But if they think they will be offensive or that they're not even in the ballpark, they will not bring an offer.
Yeah.
So it is a fine line I feel like we're walking right now.
Yeah. It is. It's just interesting territory.
It is.
And it's such a stark difference than kind of, where we were a few years ago. But the reality is like, it's been like this for a few years. I just, it's interesting how real estate cycles operate.
True. Okay. We're going to shift gears because every time I see you, what do I say?
You like my outfit.
Oh my God, I love your outfit.
Thank you.
I told Cynthia I would give her my credit card. I'm like, buy one for you and buy one for me. It seems like a nice friend thing to do.
Yes. Okay.
She has the best work.
I do spend some time online shopping and what I call like outfit curation.
Ooh.
I have a few subscriptions to like clothing, like, Rent the Runway, Nuuly.
You do that?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, I do.
Oh.
I mean, like, what? You don't see me often, but like I don't repeat outfits that often.
But it takes so much time to even search for the right thing.
It actually takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And I've had those subscriptions for years and years. I think like Rent the Runway, I've had a subscription since 2019.
Ooh.
Do the math.
Affiliate link below.
Yeah, 6 years. So like I know that inventory and I know what brands are gonna fit. I do spend a lot of time on it. But it is a hobby of mine. I've always enjoyed it. When I travel, I love to curate outfits. And it's a hobby. It's
all the way down to the accessories. I mean, look how cute her shoes are.
That is one thing I do. I invest in jewelry when I travel.
When you travel?
Yeah.
Because it's unique pieces.
I got this in San Miguel de Allende. A lot of my jewelry are collections from trips. Ooh. So, I don't buy as many clothes as you may think. A lot of it is Rent the Runway, or like the subscriptions.
I would never know because it's all
but the
so cute.
jewelry are pieces most likely from trips. Those are like my souvenirs.
And then it's fun every time you put it on to remember where you got it.
It brings me joy.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I travel, I like to shop for jewelry.
Okay.
And I have collected pieces over some trips. And anyways, yes, this I bought recently in San Miguel, and it's some Mexican designer. Couldn't tell you her name, but
awesome.
I loved it, and I wear it actually quite often.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, but you have good handbags too. Are you doing that switch?
Those
a membership
are
to do those
pieces. I do love me a handbag, and yes, I like a handbag. But I have been married to my husband for a long time, and those are like he loves to like gift.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good one.
He's a good one. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's actually a really, really good one.
He is. Speaking of, I mean, because your businesses kind of align a little bit.
Yes. Yes. I mean, he's in like commercial development, and yes, they align. But I mean, we've known each other since we were like in high school. So like, we did not meet in a professional setting by any means. But I remember specifically when we both were kind of like going to our career directions, we both had a conversation of like, okay, what are you going to do? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. And like eventually, I will never forget this. It was actually here in Austin in 2007. And I was like, I think like you should go construction route. I'm going to go like real estate world. And like one day let's like develop houses and like we'll sell houses. And I remember that conversation so vividly because although like, yes, we've flipped some properties and yes, we like have an investment portfolio. We've not built spec homes, but it is certainly like a project that like we will likely do. And it is a long-term goal to pass down to our children.
Love it.
But I remember so vividly having that conversation
Really?
back in 2007 when I was like graduating college. So it is kind of interesting that you asked that. But I don't know. I hate talking about work at home. I really do.
But you have to have that understanding, right? Because one of the hard parts that people don't realize is being married to a real estate agent is very difficult if you don't understand.
For sure. In fact, actually, even today, I called him and I was like, I'm losing my mind. You know, this one deal is just really, really like, and he's heard that conversation many times. But he's the cool, calm, collected one, really keeps me grounded and like reminds me like, you love what you do. So like, just like, don't lose sight of that. And the answer is yes, I do. I just, you know, some people have therapists and mine happens to be my husband, which I don't know if it's like a healthy thing, but it's what it is.
Well, because he's in the industry, he knows. I think that, he does.
And, you know, concurrently, his job is like even like when I think it's crazy, his is even crazier, but he manages that so calmly. Yeah.
But he does travel a lot. So, you know, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're dealing with the kids while he's traveling. It's summer, so the kids are home and in camp, and you have a full-time real estate business. It's a lot.
It is. You know, it's funny. I have a housekeeper that comes often, and she was like, I don't know how you do your job. And I was like, thanks. You know, she always hears me on the phone. She's in the house, and I was like, I know it's crazy, but that's all I know. That's all I know. I've been firing at all cylinders my entire career, and you know, there are some people that get into real estate after they've had their kids or whatever, like you know,
or second career.
That's all I know. That I'm just used to this like fast pace. It's kind of just
it is like fun. It becomes like an adreneline thing.
It does.
Too, right?
It does. And I mean that's all I know, and I'm used to it. Should I handle the stress better at times? Yes. But
how do you do it? What do you do for fun?
I play tennis.
Okay. That's a good stress reliever.
I play tennis and I love it. That's really that and outfit curation. I don't really.
So tennis is all about the outfits. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of hobbies. I really don't. You know, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was like, work's my hobby. You know, like I didn't have anything else to do, so I just worked. And I still like I work a lot, but hobbies wise, I guess tennis and being with my kids.
But those are good stress relievers.
Kind of boring. Like, you know, I don't really like.
It is not. You're always doing something fun because I follow you on socials, of course.
I guess.
You do travel.
Yeah, we travel.
Well, let me tell you all the fun things you do in your life, Cynthia.
Sometimes I need to remind that. I just, I don't know. I like to just kind of stick in my bubble and do my thing. But hobbies-wise, not as many, but.
You're busy. Life is full.
Yeah, life is full. And I'm grateful for that like feeling of fulfillment.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, how long have you been with Cooper?
I guess January 2 years.
I think
two. Yeah.
Awesome. And how has that affected your business?
You know, it really. You know, I came in with an established business. I have you know a decade of experience prior to coming here, but really like the point of coming over here was to elevate my business in the luxury space. And it truly transformed that. The amount of like referrals come in from clients that didn't really look at me in that lens. I think like it, they saw the branding, they saw what Sotheby's could do.
Yeah.
And so as a result, it just kind of started to naturally outpour, or like pour into my business. But it didn't happen overnight,
Yeah.
and I would
Takes
not say
work.
that my career is this like overnight success. It's been slow and steady over the years, but it's been at a pace that I'm like really proud of.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been a couple years, and what I'm most grateful for is the kind of like branding behind Sotheby's, behind me and my business.
Yeah. And where do you plan to take it? Is there some goals that you have specifically within the brand, or just, even your personal branding that you want to take it to the next level?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I really like it's I have all these aspirational goals. I'm like the queen of listening to all these like really great podcasts. I think Adrian and I have definitely shared some conversations about these like really motivational podcasts. And yes, I have these like aspirational goals. But really ultimately what matters most to me is just like being happy.
Yes.
And serving my clients where it fulfills me.
Yeah.
And so like, yes, there's all these aspirational goals to like hit this sales number or like get in this, like group of agents. But ultimately at the end of the day, I want to feel happy.
Yeah.
I want to be consumed with gratitude. And I just like want to serve my clients where I can lay my head at night and be like, I've done a good job.
Yeah.
And so that may sound boring, but that's kind of like my goal right now in this phase of life is just like, I want to serve, I want to be internally happy, and I, like want to feel fulfilled.
Yeah. I think that's an awesome goal. That I think sometimes people miss the real points when they say, oh, I want to hit XYZ in volume. And they're not really thinking about what that will feel like to them, that sense of accomplishment that really took you to get there and to maintain it. So I think you're smart to do it that way.
Listen, like I think as agents, we are trained. Like you need to like have this sales volume. You need to have this many transactions. You need to be in this club. You need to hit that. And I have done those for years.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
But when I look back, I don't want my life to slip by and be like, was I even happy?
Yeah.
And that's this phase of like, I want to feel fulfilled.
Yes. I love that. That is so good. Well, thank you for being here with me. I think you've done an awesome job this year. Keep it up. I've loved having you work at Cooper the last 2.5 years, and I am so excited to see all that you do. Keep killing it and keep up the style because I love it. I'm going to do Rent the Runway.
Yes, I'll send you a link.
Perfect.
Actually, you get like 40% off the first month, so it's like actually really worth it.
Yes. Okay, but it's just the time to scroll through. But I'll figure out how you filter and all that stuff. I need all the tips.
I got the tips.
Follow Cynthia on social media. She has good fashion as well as good properties that she's always showing in her neighborhood. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, we'll do some.
I mean, what should I add? I don't know. Give me an example. I feel like I'm.
Got it.
What?
No, we got it. But if
Okay.
there's anything you want to add, anything we can just.
He always asks that because sometimes we'll throw in like a chunk of something if there was something like if you wanted to give a market stat or a shout out to a certain neighborhood or something like that, we can do it.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be an answer. There's no like right answer.
I mean, give me a topic, and I'll just like shoot it off the fly.
Is there any mind shift shifts you've made since 24?
Yep. Since 24.
Or
Okay.
2024 or a big maybe mind shift.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
A mind shift? I don't even, will I be able to say the word?
Mind
A mind shift.
a shift in your mindset.
A shift in your mindset.
Okay.
So
How many mind shifts did a mind shift do and a shift?
Yeah.
That's what I heard too.
All right, Kelly, you can ask.
Okay, so
So go pause real quick.
Okay.
And then ask it calm. Yeah. Good.
no.
I want your voice to be in
Screeching. Okay. So, since 2024, Has there been anything specifically that in your, mind that really shifted, or, your mindset that you had to really, take effort to make it go for
Yeah.
2025?
I mean, as mentioned, I really do listen to a lot of motivational podcasts and I read a lot of those kinds of books. And ultimately, this like abundance of gratitude. And it is a ninja way, which is a philosophy of just really how you should lead your business with.
Yeah.
It's a philosophy that I'm really leaning into and how I like lead my life. And so just this abundance of gratitude and really just sort of this giver's gain. Like I always want to be like giving information to people or giving, I don't want to say giving compliment. I want people to feel good about themselves. And so I just come around in my life, in my bubble of just like authentically being myself and making people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
And whether that is professionally or personally, but that sort of like gratitude, abundance, and, just I love to tell people like, I love the way you shine, or, just like, I just being a positive influence. I don't know if that's the answer, but that's kind of this shift in myself that I feel like has come with confidence as I've gotten older.
Nice.
And really authentically being myself.
Yeah. So do you do the, morning gratitudes,
I do.
affirmations, note cards? You do?
I do.
Okay. How long does it take? What does that ritual look like
I'm
for
not
you?
going to lie. It's not every single day, but it's pretty consistent.
Nice.
And it's been really consistent for a few years.
That's good.
And I notice that when I'm kind of having a hard phase, or like, I think as realtors, we're always going to have like this like rut, or like there's months where you're just like, oh my God, I can't get out of it. I still do it. And I notice that shift of when I'm really, really focusing on it. It's changed.
I love it.
It's gotten on the other side.
Yeah.
So yes. How long does it take? I mean, the whole Ninja 9 honestly doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
But the gratitude journal is in my closet. I do it like pretty much daily when I'm like getting ready. It takes like not even 5 minutes. It takes like 2 minutes to do.
Okay.
And while I don't write out the like I will make X amount, I don't
No
do
affirmations
that.
25
but
times.
if you flip through my journal, you will see that many, many times. So like, so it's my version of my Ninja 9 that I do implement. And I wouldn't say daily, but it is multiple times a week.
And I do like that you say that, life takes off and it gets busy. And so then we tend to get away from our usual consistent, daily rituals. And then when you feel, gosh, I feel a little off, and then you just go back to your usual rituals, it will usually reset everything and get back on track.
It does. And it's a prime example of just even this spring. I, just like got in this like what I felt like rut, and I just like really struggled mentally on like how to like get out of it.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, "Are you doing your ninja stuff?"
Aww.
And I was like, "You're right. I need to get back into it." And then it just like transformed, and it just reminded me, just stay the path.
Yeah.
Stay the path.
Yep.
And so that I guess would be that shift in mindset and just really consistently sticking with it.
I love it. Good job, you. Keep killing it.
Thanks.